Even with the market's vicious sell-off of late, they've barely been able to dent Cramer fave Herbalife. That's HLF, the high-flying maker of protein shakes, energy drinks, vitamins, and nutritional supplements. Herbalife is a direct sales company, okay? So I want you to think of it as an Avon or Tupperware of the supplement business. And for years, people have accused direct sellers in general, and Herbalife even in particular, being nothing more than a scam, a pyramid scheme, because of the business model where they use millions of distributors to move product. But after this spectacular quarter Herbalife delivered last week, I think there could be no longer any doubt among any of you. This is simply a terrific company that has figured out a brilliant way to sell these health-oriented products through one-on-one testimonials. It works. And this is a model that works best in all those fast-growing emerging markets that everybody's so desperate to get a piece of, where there aren't as many retailers, where there aren't enough jobs, and where you've got literally millions of women looking for a chance to augment their income without getting a full-time job. Herbalife is the answer to all of their prayers. This company's the real deal. Back on May 2nd, Herbalife reported a Thing of Beauty quarter, with earnings coming in at $1.43 per share, 22-cent beat, on revenues that rose 28.5% year-over-year, like maybe only Amazon had better than that. The company gave upside guidance for the rest of 2011, and they boosted the dividend by 60%. Now, while Herbalife's 1.5% yield may seem paltry, it's the dividend raise that matters, as a sign that this business is firing on all cylinders. Only 20% of their sales come from North America, and in the rest of the world, people can't get enough of this stuff. Check out some of these numbers. India up 154%, Russia up 75%, Brazil up 28%, China up 28%. That's huge, and it's a part of the reason why the stock soared after Herbalife reported. It jumped from $90.25 to $102.22 the next day, and it hasn't looked back. Stock's now at $106.69. I think it's time for Herbalife victory lap, especially after the company was straightforward on this show in defending itself after a self-serving short seller sought to knock Herbalife's stock down with bogus innuendos. I've been recommending the stock ever since that interview in November 2009 when it was at $40.90, 161% gain since that short seller's spurious rumor mongering. And it's up 39% since we last spoke to the CEO on March 23rd when Herbalife was trading at $76.90. Talk about bankable management. Herbalife's made us a ton of money, and I think it could still make us a lot more. But don't take it from me. Let's hear from the man himself, Michael Johnson, Herbalife's CEO. Find out more about the quarter and what's ahead. Mr. Johnson, welcome back to Mad Money.
Hi, Jim.
Good to see you, Michael.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, had to give you that intro because it really is one of the great success stories, and we feel that you were the first one to tell a skeptical audience, and certainly a skeptical me, that this direct selling model may actually be the way to crack emerging markets and nobody else has. Why does it work so well?
Well, think about it this way. Person-to-person selling. I'm facing you. I tell you about something. Go to a movie, Jim. I saw this movie the other night. I saw this play the other night. It's great. This car that I have is fabulous. It's a great driving machine, gets great gas mileage. You trust me. You trust my opinion. You trust what I have to say about things. And when you think about what we do with millions of direct sellers with you, these are people who are eye to eye with people. Someone they can trust, someone they believe in, and when they deliver a product result, things get really interesting because then somebody loses 30, 40, 50 pounds, and all of a sudden, bang, game on, and somebody says to you, hey, Jim, how'd you lose 20, 30 pounds? What's going on? And you say, well, it's this Herbalife product. And they say, well, where do I get it? And he said, well, you could get it from me. So you turn a user, use, where, talk, we call it, into somebody talking about it, and then into a distributor. And it's a beautiful model.
Now, our friend Rick Goings from Tupperware talks about the idea that in these emerging markets, one, advertising doesn't work as well as one-on-one, and two, they don't have bricks and mortar. Like, I can't go to a GNC in a lot of the countries, or a vitamin shop in a lot of countries you sell at, right?
Right, and we don't put anything at retail. We sell all through distributors, so we don't compete with their distribution of selling. We don't do any conflict in the channel. But the beautiful thing, whether it's an emerging market, frankly, or even a developed market like the U.S., that person-to-person selling is an incredibly powerful tool. It's a trust model. I trust you. I get something great from you. I get results. I feel better, and then all of a sudden the game is on.
Do you still meet investors who are skeptical about the notion that that's the best way to sell, given a previous history of other companies that had not delivered the right kind of accounting?
Well, I think that's part of it. And, you know, there's, unfortunately, in our industry, there are people who are shady. And I wish they weren't. And we are trying to lift at the level, get everybody on the high road. We're working very hard on that with our distributors.
It's succeeded.
It's hugely important to us because we think that integrity equals longevity. That's one of our little slogans inside the company. We have no quarter for anybody who's not on the high road with us. We've proven that. Someone gets off the high road, there's an exit ramp, you know, and there's a rest area. And if they want to get with the program, there's a re-entrance ramp back onto the highway, the high road. If there's not, frankly, they're not welcome back on it.
Excellent. Now, we challenged you last time when you were on. We asked which Brazil or Russia would have the biggest growth, biggest turn.
Right.
Turns out they did about the same, didn't they?
They did
huge
about
numbers.
The same. They both are 28%, as you mentioned in your opening. Both of them doing very, very well. And I think the question was, what's the shorter term, quicker going? And I probably mistakenly said Brazil. Russia's right there with it, and they're doing very well. So.
All right,
Mea culpa. Do you have that crow somewhere?
Tupperware said that Russia's gotten very tough because of the economy and the kind of not great central command structure. What's working for you in Russia? Why is that working in Tupperware, which is a great company, is struggling a little bit in Russia?
Right. Well, the first thing that we have seen probably a point of differentiation for us in Russia for the rest of our markets, not against any of our other colleagues in the industry, but is that we tested a new marketing plan there where you could become what is called a 50% discount earning distributor, supervisor we call it, over 12 months. It used to be you had to come in and do it in 2 months, 1 month or 2 months, at a pretty high cost. Now we say over 12 months, and this builds a much more interesting infrastructure because you may be buying a couple $100s worth of product from me a month, and in the past we said, well, Jim's just a user of the product. Now you're a potential distributor to me because you have 12 months to get in, so I pay more attention to you, I have more time with you, and our retention rates, which we're very proud of, are 70% in Russia.
That's great.
And so, game on.
All right, now, this new product. A lot of people are trying to sell in the athletic market. Millions of people, frankly. Why would I want this one? What's it doing for me if I use it?
Well, this is there's a story behind this product that's really great. I met these two young men I'm an avid cyclist, and I was in a time trial, and I met them at the top of a mountain on a time trial, and they were testing product out of the trunk of their car, literally. And one of them is a biochemist, PhD from UCLA, and the other one's a marketing guy, and these are young guys under 30 years old. And I took some of their product, had it reverse engineered with our science labs and through our R&D, and the guys came back and said, this is a spectacular product, and it's actually the product in here called Prolong, this one right here.
Now, athletes take it 24 hours a day. I know you guys do daily supplement. A regular person, not an athlete, does work out once a day or 4 times a week. What does it do for them?
Well, you think about it this way. You've got an eating plan through the day. You got to hydrate, okay? So you got to have. So this is a hydration product that is a tremendous product. It's delivering. It's enhancing your water. It's making the water more available to you and more bioavailable. You have a daily shake in here, which is our Formula One Sport, which is just like our Formula One shake, but it's done with different proteins that are differently available to you. Now we can get into the whole science of this stuff, and I'll get lost and I'll lose you. So I don't want to do that.
But then you add this to the line.
Then you add this Prolong. This is endurance while you're working out. This is not a low-calorie product, not a weight loss product. This is a high electrolyte, high replenishment product. When you are out there pounding it for an hour and you need to replenish.
If I'm playing football for a college team,
basketball, or a high school team, and this is where this gets really exciting because this opens up the trainer world to us.
Right.
And it opens up because they've only got so many hours in a day to earn. So then, boom, they're in business now, and they've got a business. They can sit down with someone and say, I want to make you healthier, fitter, and I also want to get you better nutrition.
Well, I'll tell you what you did. You make people richer. You made your shareholders richer, and you've done all the things people like, dividend increase.
Did that.
Yeah, all that. Your team did it, and it's just a joy. I wanted you to be able to come on and just say, listen, I want to tell you, job well done.
Thanks, Jim.
You nailed it.
Thank you.
You nailed it. That's Michael Johnson. He's chairman and CEO of Herbalife HLF. We've been with it for a long time. We're sticking with it because it's only $6 billion. I think it's a $10 billion opportunity. Stay with Cramer.